Hey, hi, hello. I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm on day 9 of doing my own roof. I'm, Miss Do-It-Yourself girl. Here to say hire a professional if you can, but if you can't, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, probably. There you have a visual of my nearly complete, very imperfect, and yet hopefully unleaky roof. I have a few tips on day 9. I have another day or 2 or 3 of detail work to finish up. I'm just getting my termination bars on. There's those, and what I've learned in those so far is that a few of the screws, I think I'm hitting nails from the stucco. So I'm going ahead, there's one there. See, I don't know if you can see it sticking up in front of the bucket. But I'm going to come back around. I'm going to not let those delay me. Come back with a drill bit and or come at a different angle. But I'm going to, make progress while the day is good and then come back on those little details. Another little tip is I got some white granules to cover this black goop. I don't know if you can see that where my bricks are. And I have procrastinated in getting those white granules on there, so I may have to come back with goop again and granules, but I thought to bring some bricks up to hold those edges down when I do glue them. I'm noticing another edge over there. Anyway, things I've learned. I think I already mentioned on several other videos, you're going to need more materials than you think, especially when you're doing it yourself, but even I think the pros have learned, like, it's 20 to 30% more than your estimations. And indeed, I've had to go back and get supplies several times. More rolls, and as you can see this strip right here, and this strip, and one more strip over there. Right there. That, I'm going to have to open another $100 roll. I was hoping to take that roll back because I went and bought an extra, but I'm glad I did because lo and behold, I am going to need it. And I'll probably use up some of that roll, just reinforcing some of the corners. This is self-adhesive modified bitumen, and it comes with these sticky edges, which then leave this ugly black mark. So those are not exposed base coat, but those are edges of my cap coat. And so hence why I bought this bucket. It was about 35 bucks for that big 5-gallon bucket of white granules. So the last thing I will do when I'm done getting all the termination bars and all the sealant on is probably at the same time come with the sealant and the granules and try to pretty this up a little bit. That said, functionality-wise, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I have not finished my parapet details, nor all my openings like these, which that's the biggest one, and there's another one. Here's one that's nearly done, but I just got to do some edge work too. There's another one that's nearly done. This is my swamp cooler, and it is a fantastic mess right now, but it is coming along, and it will get done too. So my tips are, don't give up, don't panic, get more supplies than you think you need, and keep your receipts so you can take them back if you don't need them. Get a helping hand if you can, but also sometimes you don't need one. A lot of it is just figuring out as you go. And in that vein, I would say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Also, it's okay not to be perfect. As my friend said, who came and helped me a couple days ago, it's not rocket science, it's roofing science. I think I said that, and then he agreed. But, it's not super high-tech. That said, it is the roof, so it does matter that it doesn't leak. So that's why I'm going to finish getting my termination bars on, finish my openings, and then I'm going to spend a day or two really prettying up and making sure, sealing any wrinkles I have, which you don't want wrinkles, by the way, but I did end up with some. A thing I learned getting supplies, there are different kinds of self-adhesive modified bitumen. I guess I kind of knew that, but there's more and less flexible kind, and I imagine that depending on your weather, that could matter quite a bit. I'm happy with the stuff I got, all things considered. I bought a tapered insulation system, which I ended up taking a lot of it back. And I had to keep that, you know, safe in the van or in the living room so it didn't get weather damage, so that they would take it back. That said, like, I think knowing what I know now, I would have probably went with adhesive foam and not screws to hold down that system, and then I could have done a better job with the tapered system. As it was, I ended up kind of botching it there in the middle. Hopefully it will still drain and not pond, and if it ponds, it won't be ponding where it used to pond, it'll pond somewhere else. And I think that I have a pretty good slope to my 4 canales, 2 of which are covered up right now. There's one right there. But I will cut that out and do the detail work. I think I'm going to have to cut back. I'm going to re-study up because it's been weeks since I looked at parapet jobs. And I have another one over there, which you can't really see. I have just a little crack of an opening, and then that's the only one that's cut. But I'm not expecting any moisture for the next several days, so I'm not going to worry about that. Another tip is these bricks are really coming in handy to glue down and hold down those edges, and as I mentioned, I'm going to do a prettier job of that with the plastic cement or asphalt sticky stuff and the granules at the last. I bought some plastic cement for under the edges, and these termination bars are pretty easy. I have 1.5-inch screws that I happen to buy for another part for the insulation that wouldn't hold it down. This was the first one I put in, and there were 2 on that row that would not go in, and I'm not sure whether it's because I hit a nail or what. Over on this side, I went closer to the edge, and there were more that wouldn't go in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the one bar, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the second bar. That's the most so far, and I will come back and hit that with I already broke one masonry bit, but I'm going to get some new masonry bits and come back and finish those off. And then at the very last, I will come back with some sealant. I will come back and trim that edge, seal it, and then do a little bit of stucco patch work up on the top just to pretty it up and to satisfy my insurance company. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, figure 20 to 30% more time, more materials, more cost than however much you figure. That's kind of rule of thumb for a good reason, because it turns out to be true. Make sure you have good weather. I have lucked out. I've had some freezing and a tad bit of moisture, but not enough to create a problem, thankfully. And today has been just gorgeous. I'm very thankful for that. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Check out the description if you want to connect with me or support me in any way. And as always, I wish you lightheartedness, love, peaceful conflict resolution. Can you see the moon? There she is. Anyway, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.